Well, today Mark and I are going to talk about The Boys, and The Boys is on Amazon Prime, so it's not the normal streaming service that's out there. And quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best thing on Amazon Prime that I've seen yet.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about The Boys right after this. So I have Amazon Prime because I order a ton of crap on Amazon, and this comes with it.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't like about Amazon Prime is that they have so many different things that they want you to sign up for. They want you to sign up for the movies. They want you to sign up for TV shows, for the old TV shows, for... No, just make it one package, Amazon Prime, and maybe you'll have more people would sign up for it. But no, they divide everything up into like 17 different categories.
They do.
And you have to sign up for every one, and every one costs you more money. No. But Amazon Prime, The Boys, is on there.
And might just be worth the sign up.
Yeah, even if you don't order a lot, yeah, this is one of those series that I had no idea. The Boys comic, noir, I have no idea who they are. I don't know the characters. And so I'm watching it and I'm going into it and I'm sitting there the first episode and I'm going, oh, it's starting off typical. There's this guy and he meets the girl. They're all lovey-dovey and they're getting ready to go on a date and they're cute. And they're going back and forth with each other. And then they're holding hands and then one of the superheroes runs by and just disintegrates his girlfriend and he's holding her hands. Just left holding her hands in there.
When that happened, my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
And I was hooked immediately.
And from that moment on, you knew what kind of movie and TV series this was going to be from that moment.
It's
you know they were going to be...
grimy. It is grimy.
No holds barred.
But if you're into superheroes and you're into if you're into superheroes and you're into reality TV, this is the show for you.
Yeah. They do a really good job of corporatizing superheroes. So in this movie, they have the Seven. Now, the Seven are a corporation of superheroes that are the most well-known in the world. Yet there are other superheroes out there working for other corporations. But this corporation is the biggest and baddest, and they want to move into military. Until now, the military has been holding out on hiring superheroes.
It's kind of the overall theme of the entire first season is them trying to be allowed into the military and sort of almost run it.
Yeah, and it's they have publicists and they have social media people who look after them for their image. They don't really necessarily go out and do a lot. And what I really liked in this is quite often they had people who had been affected by the superhero mistakes. So a superhero runs in and catches a guy, but when they fall, they break their spine because the superhero's so strong, and he's in a wheelchair and he's paralyzed for life. He says, but I guess it was okay because, they've had to sign an NDA and they got paid off by the corporation.
Right. So, it's a show as if superheroes were actually real life celebrities.
Yeah.
And so they do their public personas. They're out in front of people with their big superhero smiles, and they've got all their promotional teams working on their marketing schemes and that sort of thing. You see all that behind the scenes, but and then when they are actually interacting with regular people day to day, they can be real jerks. Just as a celebrity,
and they are jerks. Don't get us wrong. There's a guy who's forcing women to have sex with him, and it gets pretty dark that way.
And this is in the first episode.
In the first episode, yeah. And they, all these superheroes, they all have impenetrable skin. So no matter what you try and do to them to kill them, you can't kill them. Even if their only superpower is invisibility, you can't kill them because they're indestructible. But they figured out a way.
There's ways around everything, right?
Around, yeah.
So, but I mean, you have the main superheroes, kind of like a Superman of sorts.
Yeah.
So each of these superheroes you can kind of identify with. We've got a Superman, we've got an Aquaman, we've got a Wonder Woman, we've got Starfire, we've got what else?
Like a ninja.
we got like a ninja. We got all these superheroes that you are familiar with, and you're like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing with that character. And then
they act like jerks.
Yeah, and then you can see where. I mean, think about it. How arrogant would you be if you were
indestructible, and no one could touch you.
Invulnerable, and you were worshipped as a celebrity.
Yeah, and one of the great things there's a scene in later on in the series, if Superman was sent into a den of anybody, say a whole bunch of
I think they were supposed to be terrorists.
They're terrorists, and he would go in and you would see him, knocking them out and pushing them down and getting them arrested. This guy that goes in there, who's the Superman character, Homelander, he doesn't bother with that. He just uses his heat vision, starts slicing them in half.
Everyone's sliced in half. They've got the SWAT team outside throwing up.
Yeah, the SWAT team's going, and they're listening to the guy scream inside. They're going, and these tough, hardened SWAT guys are going, oh my God,
body parts getting sliced off and with lasers everywhere.
Yeah,
and that's just one guy. So
yeah, now he is the strongest of the strong. Like Superman is the strongest of the strong with the Justice League,
and has no weaknesses.
No.
Where Superman would have his kryptonite.
Yeah. From what we know, he has no weaknesses.
No weaknesses.
Yet that we can find.
Right. Because he's not an alien. All of these superheroes are human.
Yeah. Now we're not gonna give it away at how they become superheroes, but just keep in mind there's 280 some superheroes in the world, and they all work for corporations. So if you're into that and you saw the movie Brightburn, remember Brightburn was supposed to be the evil Superman and what would happen if Superman was evil, but it didn't really pan out properly. Right. It had potential.
It was kind of a miss, honestly.
It was a miss.
This is a hit.
They follow it through. They follow it through with the publicity. What a corporation would do if they got a hold of people. If somebody was in that kind of power and putting on a persona every time he's in public, everybody, yay! In this, there's one scene where they go onto a plane and they say, don't worry, everybody, and it looks like they're saving the day. They knock out the terrorists and then they go into the cockpit, and the guy in there ends up blowing up a grenade, and it destroys part of the plane. And so they just celebrated out in there with all the people.
Being saved, and just threw up his hands and said, okay, well, I guess this is a bust, and he leaves everyone to die.
Yeah, and there's a little girl and her mother, and they're begging, and they don't do nothing, they just fly away. And the other superhero that's with them is going, you got to do something, hit the plane from underneath, lift the plane. He goes, lift the plane. There's nothing to stand on. I can't lift the plane.
So they actually work physics into their...
Except he can fly.
Yes.
And so probably could have done something, but he didn't really care. He's that kind of person.
I will tell you this, and you might not even know this, that in the comic books, that plane that they've aborted was actually going to intercept the planes at the Twin Towers, and they changed that in the episodes in the series. But that's where the plane was headed. It was one of those planes that was hijacked, it was the second plane heading for the Twin Towers. They got on, botched their mission, and the plane ended up crashing anyway.
In this one, basically they're heading out in the ocean, and they were there because they saw this and they wanted to get the news story, the publicity. And no one knew they were there yet, and since no one knew they were there, they just left everyone to die.
That's right.
So that's what you're in for in this story. And it's only series 1. Second season has been picked up. They do leave it with a cliffhanger. There are deaths in this show. So it's kind of like Game of Thrones. Don't get too attached to everybody because you never know who's going to get knocked off.
Yeah.
Right? Like stars are getting knocked off in this show. So kind of like Game of Thrones. My favorite character of all time in Game of Thrones gets killed at the last episode of the first series.
My favorite character got killed off in the first episode, I believe, of the first season of Game of Thrones. So.
That's how our luck goes. So don't ever become our favorite people in the movie series because you get knocked off pretty soon.
Yeah, what are they, red shirts?
I tell you, I really like that. Oh. That's kind of like what happens with us. So if you're wondering and you were thinking about watching it, maybe picking up Amazon Prime to take a look at it, go ahead. I think it's worthwhile. I would say the series, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for now.
Yeah, easy 8 out of 10.
For the first season too. How long do seasons take to build up and get really popular? I liked it almost right out of the gate.
Completely binge worthy. You watch the first episode, you're waiting and you're anticipating, and you can't wait to find out what's going to happen in the next episode. So I would say, go ahead, check that out, because if you have an opportunity to, if you have Amazon Prime, absolutely go check it out. If you've been on the fence about getting Amazon Prime, take the leap.
We don't work for Amazon Prime.
No.
I hate paying money to Amazon Prime, but I do because
I do it
convenient.
a lot. Too much.
But as far as like other streaming series, I'm kind of glad it's on Amazon Prime, because you probably wouldn't get this kind of violent show on Netflix.
No, I feel like you wouldn't.
It would be watered down WB, because that's what you see right now, right? You see Supergirl and you see Daredevil and The Flash are all on Netflix.
They took a risk with this. With this series, they took a risk, and I think it's going to pay off for them.
I think so, yeah. And I know that's where Marvel was trying to go with the New Mutants along this line,
but not a hit.
It's not going to be a hit. They changed the date for release, and they're re-editing it again. So we'll see what they do, but they're not happy with it. So again, The Boys, at least an 8 out of 10. Check it out, Amazon Prime,
and let us know
let us know in those comments, because I thought the series was great, and I don't like a whole lot of stuff on streaming services. So for me to say, take a look at it, it's something special. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, maybe check out 1 or 2 of our other videos right now, and maybe hit that subscribe button. Until next time, we'll see you at the next review.